How are we going, everyone? Just checking the temperature of my soil here. It's sitting at 13 degrees. This is a compost thermometer, grouse little unit. You can use it obviously for compost, because compost needs to get up to about 55 before it actually starts to decompose properly. And that's another topic I'm going to talk about. Decomposition versus digestion. Two different things. Both have a similar outcome, but some need, well, each one needs a different application. So one is digestion, which means the organic matter is digested by living organisms, and the other one is the decomposition of green matter and organic matter. And it's completely different the way it works, and we'll talk about that another time. But what we're doing today, this is a bed that got turned over by the bloody birds while I was away. I've got nothing but lettuce in here, which is a no-no by some standards, because it's all about multi-species planting and having a vibrant ecosystem in the soil. And by having more than one variety, and I don't mean different lettuce varieties because they're all from the same family, having multiple varieties from different families, you get a better result in the life and the population of microbes in the soil. So what we're going to do is start adding a few things in here. I know there's a lot of lettuce, but I'll be picking as they grow so they can create more space. We're talking garlic. Well, it's time to plant your garlic, especially in the warmer regions of Australia. You should have had it in by now. But for those cooler regions like we are, we've got plenty of time to get it in because, I don't know, because it's cold. In the spring, you can actually plant in spring as well, garlic, if you like. But I always plant around April, May. The latest I've done is June, and I prefer to do an April, May. Now I've got my cloves here. See these cloves here? I've separated my garlic bulb, and I had these in the fridge for a few days in the crisper section, so I could just knock them into that dormancy to think they're actually gone through that winter period. Now they've been out for a day or so, and they are starting to sprout. See that little shoot coming up there? That's the shoot that you want to see. You don't have to wait for that to happen before you plant it, but it's always nice to see a little bit of green growth coming out of there. Now they like a really good balanced organic matter, or soil I should say, typical of every plant obviously, but garlics like it to be a little bit acidic. They don't like an alkaline based soil, so the most you want to do if you're doing a pH test is around 7 on the pH, otherwise up to 5.5 if you're doing the pH again. For me, I don't really work on that so much as I do with the life in the soil, and you know, the plants will connect with the microbes and get what they need coming up from it because everything's in there. But you need the soil to be loose. You don't want a hard based soil, and you don't want it dehydrating because they will struggle. They will struggle when there's not enough moisture or irregular watering. They won't grow to their full potential, and they do not like wet feed either because they will rot out. So what I'm going to do here basically is plant them straight in between the lettuce, not all of them. I'm going to dot this one here, and I'm going to go around to the other garden beds and do the same thing. It's quite simple. Point your side up, and I know you're going to say, why are you demonstrating this, Vasily? We all know how to plant garlic here. Well, maybe not everybody has planted garlic, so nice and wet underneath. You can dig a little hole if you like, pop it in like that, and you do not have to cover it. Like I've covered it there, but I've seen good mates of mine who do a lot of garlic growing, and this is what they do. They drop it like that, literally drop it like that. Then they'll go over and put a little bit of cocoa pith or actual compost to cover it, but not completely. That will sucker into the ground, and then later on, you can top dress it all so you can see what's going on. Now that's just another way of planting, but it's not the way I prefer to plant. I actually like to get them in the ground. There it is there. Have the little head sticking out a little bit so you know where it is, just like that, and then just put your mulch around it. It will push its way through the mulch, and what they do love is a seaweed solution. So get our liquid gold because it's the best there is on the shelf. Cold press, no additives, no fillers, no colouring, no aromas. It's a clean and looks like tea. Pour some of that on, obviously dilute it with water and give them a burst of Eco Butch and liquid gold, and they'll love you forever. So get your garlic cloves separated if you haven't done so already. Get them in the crisper if you want to activate them. If it's in the warmer regions of Australia that you live, get them in the ground now, or otherwise you've still got a little bit of time. Well, you've got plenty of time for the cooler regions like we have, and you'll be harvesting way before Christmas, that's for sure, folks. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasily Maresi. Oh, by the way, 3AW, if you're watching as we've just uploaded, switch over and listen to me and Darren talking gardening, and give us a call. Bye.